Hello, everybody. It's Max with Crypto Talk now. Could the SEC versus Ripple case realistically end finally within a couple days? Yeah, December 15th. Is this true? Is there really going to be a legitimate conclusion, an outcome that everybody's been waiting for? That's the bottom line. Well, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into today's XRP coverage. As you can see right here, this, of course, comes straight from Cointelegraph. I'm going to go ahead and full screen this. And if anything, look at this. So this was basically posted in the news, mainstream news this time around, about roughly 10 hours ago, straight from Cointelegraph. Just like you see right here, is Ripple poised to settle with the SEC this week? Crypto Twitter basically has weighed in, and rightfully so. Now, former U.S. congressional candidate January Walker said a potential settlement would be a loss for the entire whole world and, of course, Web3. We get more further into this, like it mentions specifically here, there was rumors that suggested the legal battle between Ripple and the United States Security and Exchange Commission, the SEC, coming to an end and could basically have continued to circulate, prompting the crypto community to weigh in on the matter. Now, will it really end? I don't know. I'll state this much. I've heard this thing could basically drag out to March. I originally said it that I thought it was going to be in March. Again, that was just my own personal prediction, but a lot of people feel the same way. Now, in regards to all the speculation, it states speculation is rife about a potential settlement as early as, of course, a couple days from now, which, of course, was shared on December 10th, Ask Me Anything, with Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson. Now, in regards to that particular clip, I'm going to go ahead and share it with you. And, of course, shout out to Coach JV that you're going to see in this particular clip, who shared this. And basically, it's just that. It's going to show Charles Hoskinson of ADA with this particular prediction. Let's go ahead and listen to this. It's only about a minute. We'll come right back.
So we know we've reached a finale. All the documents are in. Now the decisions had to be made. And somebody just predicted in the crypto industry that December 15th, there'd be a Ripple SEC settlement. Let's listen from their mouth. 18 hours ago, Charles Hoskins said this.
There's a big fight. $100 million is spent. It's brutal and vicious and a lot of hard feelings. And sometimes people win, sometimes people don't. I've heard rumors that the Ripple case will be settled December 15th, and we'll just see. And that could have catastrophic implications for the industry, one way or the other. But, you just keep moving forward.
Isn't it interesting that all central banks are working to move towards a CBDC and FTX collapses, problem, reaction, solution, and now we got the case coming to a close? 24 months later, know the game so you can't be played. Warriors!
All right, so shout out to, of course, the one and only Coach JV. You can follow him at Coach JV _ on both Twitter and on TikTok. I want to go back to this particular article because, if anything, I wanted you guys to see that particular clip. What I was going to point out here, and of course, I'm going to blow it up a little bit more, in regards to just that Hoskinson. So he later reiterated that it was only rumored and that he didn't necessarily believe it to be true. But if anything, it's more than just him stating this. I've heard other, people mention this specifically, and I get it. Sometimes, it's what's trending. People want to talk about it again, and rightfully so. I mean, it's not necessarily buy the rumor, sell the news, right? But we're going to go further into this particular article. Check this out for yourself. So it said on December 12th, Twitter posts pro-crypto former U.S. congressional candidate January Walker basically said an unfavorable settlement from Ripple would be a, quote, loss for the whole world and, of course, Web3. Adding, the world follows the actions of the USA and how the government handles one of us sets precedents for how they handle all of us, Walker said, calling for the industry to, quote, work together. Here's, of course, that exact tweet. It says the world follows the actions of the USA and how the government handles one of us as precedents for how they handle all of us instead of battling against each other, claiming one group is better then another, we need to work together for the right legislation. I would agree with that. Now, in regards to this, David Goldstein, the founder of blockchain-focused media company Goldstein Media, weighed in as well, commenting in a December 12th Twitter post, "We need Ripple to win this case and not to settle," which he said would be a worst-case scenario. Worst-case scenario is Ripple settles, but I don't know if they'll provide clarity for the entire industry, he added. During the December 10th AMA, Hoskinson also said that a settlement could have catastrophic implications for the industry one way or the other. Meanwhile, crypto attorney Jeremy Hogan, a partner at Hogan & Hogan, says there are several possible outcomes. In a December 10th YouTube video, Hogan told his 157,000 subscribers that he thought there was roughly a 50% chance that Ripple wins, but a 110.6% chance of something happening shortly. The lawyer predicted that if Ripple wins, the most likely reason would be, quote, it had no legal obligation to purchasers of XRP after the sale occurred, no post-sale obligations. In other words, there can be no investment contract without an investment contract. The evidence is clear in the Ripple case that there is no ongoing legal relationship between Ripple and XRP purchasers. There's just none, and the SEC has failed to address that problem, he added. Now, in regards to this, in closing, however, he also backed an earlier November 4th prediction by defense lawyer and former federal prosecutor James Filan. We actually sent out quite a few of his tweets here at CTN and quote him quite often on our live show. In regards to what Filan mentioned, states that that the case will be decided on or before March 31st of 2023, calling it a, quote, proclamation from a legal god. And of course, Filan has pointed out quite a few things in regards to amicus briefs, you name it. He's done a really good job from his legal perspective when it comes to the Ripple case. Now, Filan has also stated a while back on November 4th, he states, I'm sticking to my prediction that District Judge Torres will decide both the expert motions and the summary judgment motions at the same time on or before March 31st, of course, of 2023. Now, a little bit more in regards to this before we get you more into our other Ripple XRP coverage, states Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse told panelists at the October 11th DC FinTech Week conference that he expects the case against the firm to conclude during the first half of 2023, but admitted that it was hard to predict. All this, let's face it, is hard to predict. He has previously said Ripple would consider a settlement with the SEC on the condition XRP is not classified as a security. So I want to jump to, of course, this is that we have here, and it's in connection, of course, with this whole thing with the Ripple case and so on. It's kind of like an outline that we have for you, and we normally do this for you guys quite a bit when it comes to our particular coverage, whether it's XRP, some of the other triple X's and so on, as well as Quant and the other ISOs. So shout out to Crypto Lulu. You can follow him at Crypto Lulu, just like it shows right here. And of course, we cover him quite a bit here at CTN. It says specifically why SEC versus Ripple court case is limiting growth. And, you know, granted, it'd be amazing if this thing, you know, came to an end, of course, in the favor of Ripple and XRP on the 15th, right? That's only less than 2 days from now. But it is limiting growth, right? So let's take a moment. It's only about a minute, and we'll come right back. Here we go.
The lawsuit is having a bigger impact than I ever gave it credit for. I was like, the rest of the world could just continue with this, right? Why does the US have to be so important in all of this? The US is quite important because you've got like the likes of JP Morgan that are setting trillions a day. And you've got the overlap of all of these branches in these different regulatory systems, right? So just using Bank of America to start with, Bank of America is obviously waiting for this resolution before they start using the on-demand liquidity. And the Bank of America also bleeds into other systems like the CHAPS members list. And there's a whole load of other banks that are using CHAPS as well. So all of these systems, even if you've got CHAPS banks, you've got banks in America, you've got banks in Thailand, or whatever it is, they all link and they all have to work together, all have to have interoperability themselves in order to do business as usual at full scale. The lawsuit is having a bigger impact.
Right, to do business at full scale. Shout out to Crypto Lulu once again for providing that. A little bit more in regards to our XRP coverage here at CTN, and I want to point this out. So for instance, difference between Bitcoin and XRP after the SEC case, because if anything, you need to have these particular scenarios. Yeah, it's all about perspective, but it's more than perspective. It is an accurate scenario, the what ifs. So let's hear this again, the difference between Bitcoin and XRP, particularly after the SEC case. One key thing I want you guys to have in the takeaway is the ISOs. Come back again after about a minute. Here we go.
Settlement to this case is going to go wild for XRP, it's going to go wild for XLM, it's going to go wild for all the ISO 222 tokens that operate in that area, and it's also going to go wild for the rest of the cryptocurrency market. The only difference is that these utility-based tokens are going to go to the moon, almost separating themselves, even in a bull market. You could have Bitcoin, which is absolutely pointless. You could have Bitcoin go up to $250,000 per coin. And these other tokens that we talk about on this channel are just going to skyrocket way past that. They're actually going to be categorized as different things. I don't even know if CoinMarketCap or these places where people look at price, I don't even know if those tokens would be on there, because it would be so irrelevant to look at the cryptocurrency market in two halves, in speculation and utility. I think they go so big that it would be pointless to put them on the same list as the rest of the tokens, like Bitcoin and Dogecoin, because they'll be a completely different level. So resolution.
Right, a completely different level. How about this? You know, when we talk about, for instance, meme coins, right? A lot of people call them like quote unquote crap coins, ish coins. I'm not gonna say the real word because we are kind of a family friendly program, but nonetheless, you get the gist. So, you know, for me personally, when it comes to the ISOs, I'm gonna put them in a whole new category in itself. By that point, moon coins. You know what I mean? Utility-driven moon coins. That's just my own take. But nonetheless, you know, I thought I'd go ahead and share this particular perspective, if you will, scenario. Crypto Lulu did a great job of explaining that. And yeah, granted, you know, Bitcoin could very well go to, for instance, you know, 200,000, 250,000. There's still opportunity there. But my key thing is for the people who got destroyed last all-time highs, who came in at 69,000, I really believe that this is the last chance for them, if you will, to recover any type of major profit. But teaches on. Now, last but not least, how about this? All right, we were talking so much about the Ripple case and so on. I did want to bring you guys at least a little bit in regards to just a breakdown, if you will. This was posted about 2 days ago in regards to Ripple payments and how they are immense. And if anything, it just gives you a greater perspective, if you will, to see how beautifully, you know, Ripple basically works and so on, especially when it comes to cross-border payments and so on. A lot of times you need to see a short visualization. This is 2 minutes. We'll come back for some closing commentary here in a bit.
Payments is immense. Estimated at over $130 trillion and growing. But its infrastructure is archaic. The challenge? Trapped capital. Intermediaries with high fees. Slow settlements. Incomplete transaction data. Frustrating failure rates. And single-point security exposures. At Ripple, we understand these challenges and have created an innovative payment solution that leverages the XRP ledger and the digital asset XRP. XRP is the perfect crypto for payments because it transacts quickly at very low cost with high throughput and is carbon neutral. Ripple's payment solution uses XRP to bridge fiat currencies, eliminate pre-funding, and makes payment terms visible. which supports our partners' compliance efforts. And we offer affordable line of credit options that enable capital agility and rapid scaling. When you are ready to scale to new corridors, our network provides you access to premier receivers in key markets that you can start transacting with in as little as 4 weeks. Here's how a Ripple payment works. The sending institution requests a fiat-to-fiat quote on pricing and foreign exchange, or FX. The sender receives and approves a quote with pre-negotiated FX margin from the receiver. The sender submits the payment instructions. The sender debits funds from a digital asset wallet funded by Ripple with XRP and transfers funds to the receiver in less than 3 seconds. The receiver immediately pays out the end beneficiary in fiat according to the payment instructions.
So that's a nice little breakdown, to say the least. Sometimes I would like to, show you guys these types of things and just focusing on, for instance, the likes of the Ripple case. So there you guys go. Was more than glad to bring it to you again. We haven't done a, for instance, a Ripple XRP video in a few days. Mainly to blame for me, I'll be honest, because I've been under the weather for the last 3 days and so on, but I'm getting a lot better now. But boy, or I should say boy, takes a sap out of you, to say the least. So anyway, glad to be back. Glad to be able to report on some of these things and so on. Enjoy a live show. Check us out, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, every single day of the week for Crypto Talk Now. Of course, we stream on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. So come check it out, especially if you enjoy a live show. Thanks again for watching today's particular XRP coverage. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't done so already. And you all have a blessed day, everybody. We'll see you on the next one.